Tabitha, good afternoon. Thank you so much for joining us today. I really appreciate this. For everybody that's tuning in right now, I'm with Tabitha Clark with Reclaimed Warehouse. We're so excited to have her online with us today. As all of you know, we've done a few of these Facebook Live events specifically around issues related to COVID-19, the crisis and everything, but we are going to start doing more of these where we feature certain members of the chamber. And I got to be honest with you, it's a grab bag because with 1,500 members, sadly, we can't get to everybody, but we're thrilled to have Tabitha with us today. So welcome. Thanks so much for being here.
Of course. Thanks for having me.
Okay, so first off, what's it been like for you in Reclaim Warehouse since the crisis hit, and kind of how have you had to transition and pivot during this time?
Well, it has been a roller coaster ride, if I'm being really honest. Just daily kind of keeping the motivation and the spirits lifted is what I really have been working really hard with my staff. Just making sure that we're not being down, and that, you know, sometimes you just kind of have to shift and pivot, come up with new ideas, and how are we just going to make it through this week? Let's just worry about, like, come up with something fun for everyone this week. How can we serve our customers during this time? Because we're not the only ones feeling this. So what can we do maybe to motivate our customers as well? So I would say, you know, it'd be really easy to be really upset and maybe just not even go into work. And for that, that really hasn't been the experience for us at all. I'm really big on structure. I'm big on trying to keep everything as normal as possible. And I think that's really been key for myself and my sanity as well as my staff. So just being willing to probably make those adjustments, I think has probably just kept us going.
Good. Now, you guys, how long has your store been opened in Norman now?
In Norman, it has been 1.5 years. We will have our second birthday there in September. And we actually just missed. So April 1st was our third birthday at Moore, and we had this big birthday party planned, and, you know, all of these fun things, and that's okay. But it was a little sad to see us not get to celebrate that. But
well, that's for a lot of people right now. Our oldest son, he turned 13 over the weekend, and it's kind of hard to having these milestone events in any life right now when we're all stuck inside for the most part. Now, for people that don't know, you've got a retail location in Norman. You also have more. Tell everybody that's tuning in a little bit about your stores and what kind of products and services you offer.
Well, 3 years ago, we opened a location in Moore, and honestly, it was not something that I sought out to do. I have been doing new construction design for the last 20 years. My husband and I own a home building company, and this really all came about from really wanting to provide unique light fixtures, a cute space for our clients that we already had. And one thing just kind of led into another. The community here in Moore really just took to the store, which knocked my socks off. Like, I was totally shocked at how it all went. And I really just feel like it was an opportunity that I was given. I felt like I was at a place in my career that there was just something more and something else I needed to learn and do. And I think it was one of those, whenever you feel those nudges and you act upon them, good things happen. So that is where it was born. We have custom-made furniture in the store. We have several manufacturing lines that we carry. We have lots of light fixtures, lots of home decor. Our Norman location has a great assortment of gifts and boutique clothing and shoes. So it's been a lot of learning, a lot of make and shift, which maybe is a little bit why this hasn't really affected me entirely. I've been moving and shifting for 3 years solid anyway. And so this was just kind of another like, okay, what are we going to do now? So I don't know. Hopefully I didn't just lose you.
No, you're good. You're good.
Okay.
So here you are. You're a retailer. You need people to, you need people typically to come inside your front doors. Now you have, I think, a very robust online presence, which is helping you probably during this time. And also social media, I know is very successful for you guys. But talk to us about that. I mean, it's got to be tough for a retailer like you to have to shut the front doors down, but still operate. You still want to be able to pay the bills, pay your employees, and your business. So how have you been able to make that work?
Really creative. Different avenues. We come up every week of like, what can we do to serve our customer this week? And we've been able to come up with products. Like we have a quarantine box right now that is more of a motivation to let your loved ones, your coworkers, your friends know that you're thinking about them, that you care about them. We've been doing curbside or free local delivery on those. We've been handwriting notes to put inside those care packages. And so that's just been kind of something fun for our customers to get to do. We have also increased online sales, so that's been really good. We do Facebook Live sales 2 to 3 times a week. So we also have been doing a lot of e-consultations, virtual consultations, reaching out to our customer base that we have already had. And, you know, a lot of people are cooped up in their homes, so they're probably working on something and figuring out how we can still help them in those times. I mean, they're not wanting to still do things on their own. They're still wanting advice. And so just really thinking through, who is your customer? What do they need in this time? And how can I help serve them? I think has served us well. It's helped us at least provide some sort of income, cash flow, because I still have to pay rent. I still have to pay bills. I still have to run payroll. Even if we're running a really small amount of payroll, I still have it. And so just being creative and thinking of ways to really serve your customer, put yourself in the customer's shoes. What are they doing? What are they thinking? What do they need help with? Those are the types of things that I think have really kind of helped us come through.
So talk about these care packages you mentioned, or curbside packages. Are you guys putting those together, or are people calling you and saying, this is what I want in those? If I wanted to get one of those, how would I go about doing that? What would it look like?
So we have the quarantine box in particular, we put together items that are set items. So it has a really cute, I wish I had one to show you. It's a really cute graphic that says quarantine sucks without you, and sucks is spelled like a succulent. And it has a succulent in the box. It has a package of really cute matches. It has our signature candle. So it's just put together really cute. It's $40. You can find that in our Facebook shop. You can find it on our website under gifts. So we have a couple of different ways. We have customers that just call up to the store to place orders. But we have had a couple of customers still call and be like, it's my sister's birthday. What would be really cute for me to put together for her birthday? And we've put something totally together, wrote the note out of what she wanted it to say, delivered it on her porch. So you just have to really be creative, keep your spirits lifted, and just know it's going to be fine.
That's so cool. So for $40, you can get a really neat, thoughtful gift, essentially hand delivered to somebody's porch. And what a great thing. So what about your Facebook Live sales that you're doing? Tell us about that.
Right now we're doing 2 to 3 times a week. Every day that we're doing them, it is at the same time. So our customers know, okay, it's noon. They might be on doing a sale. So that has been one thing. If you're very consistent when you do those, your customers kind of know to watch for it. So that would be a tip I would definitely suggest if you're thinking about doing that. Outside of that, we're just gathering up items that would be very easy to drop off, might spark some joy or help them with their decor. Maybe they're redoing a room. We're running sales, but not necessarily on everything. That doesn't mean you have to put everything on sale. We're doing good sales on things that we needed to move anyway. And then maybe items that we just got in, they're not on sale yet. What I've really learned through all this, if you've got a good customer base, they want to help. They really do care about your business. They still want to support you in any way we can, or they can. And so just, I don't know, I feel like more than ever, creating the connections that we have over the last 3 years, this has been nothing but show us like how important that one-on-one connection that you can only get through small business has really been. You don't get that when you go to TJ Maxx or Home Goods. So,
Right. So what is your, how, if people want to find you guys on Facebook, what do they look for?
we just go to Reclaim Warehouse. So on Instagram, Facebook, Reclaim Warehouse. We do have some tutorials on YouTube that you can go and watch. We have our normal segment, which is Wednesday at 1 o'clock, where we are doing anything from remodeling to design work to tips and tricks on decor. Anything and everything happens every Wednesday at 1 o'clock. You can catch that segment. That's today. I was in my own home redoing a vent hood and just kind of giving you easy ways that you can completely change the look. And I mean completely. It looks night and day different if you want to go check that out. But it's easy things that maybe just might give you a new idea or inspire you to do something in your own home is what Wednesdays at 1 o'clock is all about.
Okay, so Wednesdays at 1, that's on, is that on YouTube or?
That is on our Facebook or Instagram Live.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
And then the sales, when are they? Where can people go for those?
I'm sorry, can you say it one more time?
Your sales, your Facebook Live sales, when are those?
That is, right now we're doing them every Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday at noon.
Okay, very cool.
Yeah.
So have you guys looked into and taken advantage of some of the federal relief? I know there's been a lot of businesses out there who have looked at the disaster loans or the paycheck protection program. The federal government certainly has, put a lot out there. Has that been something that you've utilized?
Yes, I would definitely recommend, if you have not already started the process, to do that. You definitely need to get on the ball with that, because that is going to be rolling as a first come, first serve, get you on the list and get that going. We have gone ahead and done that process and have been approved. And it does help, but you just need to know if you're a type of business that already kind of runs a low payroll, but your expenses are mainly in your rent and utilities. It is going to help you some, but you need to know, like, that doesn't mean you can't go to work. You still need to be creative. You still need to have some cash flow, because for myself, my rent, my utilities are my biggest expense. And only 25% of that PPP loan, or whatever you call it, is going to cover that. Well, if I don't be creative and still bring cash in, I cannot pay those rent and the utilities. So just know, like, really analyze the type of business you have, where your largest expenses are, so that you can kind of have a good mindset going into that and know, like, this doesn't give me an excuse to not open and not to go do the things. It doesn't. You still need to keep going and know that your employees will be covered and you no longer have to worry about them. That was my biggest concern going into this, was I have a lot of girls that live paycheck to paycheck. How am I going to do this for them? So that really did alleviate the stress there. And so then once I got that marked off, it's now I still got to pay rent and I still got bills. So I really encourage, I have a lot of people that reach out to me for small business advice. They're just getting started and a little bit in over their head. And just having a good head on your shoulders of this is not the opportunity to just sit in a corner and not do anything. This is the time to kind of rise up and encourage one another, really build community with one another, build those relationships up. You have the time now. Do the extra on the relationships with your other small businesses. It's not the time to be closed off, and I don't know, you really need one another, especially in this time. So.
Amen. I love that. Well, is there anything else you want to share with the people that are tuning in right now, or those that may watch this later? Anything that they can do to help out Reclaim Warehouse?
Yes, even outside of sales, because I don't want to come across on any of our live sales, even if it's a Facebook live sale. I even tell my customers, like there are customers that can't spend anything right now. They might have lost their jobs and they still want to be supportive. There are so many ways to encourage them to still support you by watching your live videos, by commenting, by liking, by sharing our feed with your friends. Like, they are doing so much more than they realize just by doing those simple things that don't cost anything. So that would probably be my one huge tip, outside of like don't go hide in a corner. Outside of that, is just be really thoughtful of your customers, encourage them in every way you can. That doesn't necessarily mean that you have to feel like you've got to sell to them, because at the end of all of this, yes, you need sales, but you also need that community, and letting them know that it's okay if they cannot purchase from you, I think is huge.
Well, what great advice, and you're a wonderful example for all of our businesses in Norman. And I hope that people that are seeing this might get a little energized and want to get online and see what you're doing. And whether it be, if people have time, they're home and maybe they have some home improvement things that they could get done. Sounds like you've got the expertise to help them out, which is great. But then also, I would encourage people to go to your website or go to your social media pages and see what you guys got for sale.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
And what a great way to pay it forward too. Some of these quarantine packages that you have, that sounds like a ton of fun. So
yeah, they've been good.
Wouldn't we all be thrilled if we opened up the door and found some cool gift waiting for us? That'd be so. Well, Tabitha, thank you so much for joining us today. I greatly appreciate it. Thanks for what you're doing for our community. It's no small task to keep a business open right now in these challenging times. And so we at the Chamber of Commerce, we greatly appreciate it. And I would encourage everybody to get out and support. I say get out. Don't get out. Support online.
Can't get out.
Yeah, we want to be safe. And you provide safe way for people to shop and continue to live their life, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, awesome. Well, thank you so much. And
thank you, Scott.
We hope to see you live sometime in the very near future.
Okay. I hope so too.
Okay. Thanks.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye.